Never see that, and this is what it looks like, the final. You've got the American, the wrestler, against the kickboxer sambo specialist, IGOR VOVCHANCHIN.
Nick Nutter, 6'1", 245 pounds, against this guy after just a short few-minute break. IGOR VOVCHANCHIN coming out 5'10", 200, I believe it's 20 pounds, seeing he's gonna have to dig real deep to come back and win this show tonight. But this is what a warrior this guy is. It's truly, I have never seen anybody with the spirit like this guy here tonight. Nowhere in all of our travels, Gary, and we've been all over the world with these fighters,
yes.
to Japan, to Brazil, to Russia, to the Netherlands, to America. And this guy comes back and fights after that? And he doesn't even have to fight these tournament fights. He is already a champion. He's already moved up to the super fight level where he could fight single fights. But he does not turn down a fight.
As some of the entourage, some of the crowd enjoying this action, and boy, they're in store. I really don't know what to expect. I can't believe that IGOR VOVCHANCHIN has anything left, but let's find out. He's proven me wrong before. Nick Nutter, of course, has to be the fresher of the two, despite the fact that he flew over here on the same day that he fought. Nutter, of course, the wrestler, and you know his MO. He's going to try and take his man down.
Nick Nutter quickly closing the distance and throwing VOVCHANCHIN to the ground and punishing VOVCHANCHIN. VOVCHANCHIN just has to be totally exhausted, even though he had a few minutes to rest. It's just not enough.
Did you just see what he did? He headbutted. He's got a huge gash over his eye, and yet he headbutts Nick Nutter.
And he's throwing some short, choppy punches underneath there. Nutter's still got to be careful. This guy has a lot of power. We'll see how much he has left after that nice move by Nutter, moving the leg and the knee up to the face of VOVCHANCHIN.
Yeah, that was a nice takedown by Nick Nutter.
Yeah, you can see how quickly these American freestyle wrestlers just close the distance, move in on their opponent, and then, well, he's not really punching him hard. He's really thinking about what he's doing now. He's putting some weight on his face now trying to strike with the left. VOVCHANCHIN reacting, nothing really getting in at that point. VOVCHANCHIN will keep Nutter in the half guard here, try to control the fight.
Okay, here we go. Both men, early stages of the final.
It'll be really interesting to see how much Nick Nutter even has left. He had a tough fight with Joe Charles. Not an easy fight at all. Did have some time to rest, but as we all know, after we play any sporting event, after even a 30-minute or a 45-minute or even hour break, to go out and play, imagine playing 4 quarters of a football game and then saying, all right, now it's time for the Super Bowl. It's
unbelievable. I mean, I can't believe that he's out here. I am stunned, I'm amazed, and I have newfound respect. Although I had a great deal of respect for the man, I have newfound respect for him.
Yeah, hopefully he just won't get too hurt tonight. Beautiful left knee to the face by Nutter to VOVCHANCHIN. These wrestlers have really begun to use their knees very effectively. You'll see that a lot with some other fighters from America.
Yes. Mark Kerr comes to mind. Very effective with use with the knees.
Very good.
Yeah. You know, I'm impressed what wrestlers have been able to do. Oh, nice left hand there.
It was like VOVCHANCHIN was pulling Nutter's head down to his fist. He couldn't move the hand, so he was pulling the head down to the fist. VOVCHANCHIN just digging into his bag of tricks each fight to come out victorious. Looks like he's in a little trouble here, though.
Oh, he's got the arm pin with the leg, and he threw a short left hand. Nick Nutter did. Great job trapping that arm with the leg. He tries it again right there, which frees him up to hit the face, an open face.
Very nice move by Nutter, controlling his opponent. This is the wrestler's technique right here. Control your opponent, knee, punch, elbow, headbutt, everything in tight and on the ground.
But it's another good knee right there.
Yeah, VOVCHANCHIN starting to take some punishment from Nutter.
All right, they continue to battle along the fence.
VOVCHANCHIN just trying to hold the head of Nutter, trying not to give him any punching room. I don't know what his plan is. But he's got to dig deep here. He is so tired. You can see that cut opening right back up over the left, and I believe there's one over the right eye as well of Vovchanchin. Nutter rubbing his forehead into that face. He'll try and just rub his hand and his forehead into the face. It's not bleeding too much thus far.
What I have been able to get from Vovchanchin, yeah, wonderful. What I've seen from him, though, so many times now, just when you think he's about ready to really get overwhelmed, he shows incredible quickness, is able to break a hold. We'll see if he can do it here against Nutter, as Nutter continues to throw that left knee into the face area of Igor Vovchanchin. That's a vicious knee.
Three, four, five.
I'm encouraged we can both count. Look at that, another one, all unanswered.
They're taking a look at Vovchanchin. This could be it.
They're stopping him.
It could be over. No, now they're letting him go.
The referee stood in there.
I think he was taking a close look, which he should have done. We didn't even know if Vovchanchin was conscious at that point. Beautiful knees to the face. He took like 8-10 shots solid. Now a nice elbow to the face by Vovchanchin.
And a nosebleed now by Nick Nutter. I don't know if the nose is broken, but the nose is bleeding. Oh, and another knee, and another one.
Vovchanchin just taking a tremendous beating from the ground by Nick Nutter. The referee taking a close look at Vovchanchin to make sure he's still awake, and he's here with us.
Yeah, he's definitely awake.
The Americans trying to get and help their fellow countryman, Nick Nutter here.
Everybody's posturing outside the ring, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. The Russian team is getting close. So are the Americans.
Officials are trying to get them away from there. They're getting a better view than we are.
Yeah, hopefully everybody will control themselves outside of the ring.
Oh, boy, another left with that knee.
Yeah, he continues to throw those knees. I don't know what's keeping Vovchanchin lying there conscious.
Yeah.
And it's really not like he can turn his head. You can see Nick Nutter keeping the elbow on the face of Vovchanchin, so he really can't do too much. He can't really move that head out of the way. Nutter very comfortable where he's at. He likes this position. He's controlling his opponent, and he can strike very powerfully from here.
There's a shot of Zane Frazier on our monitor.
Trying to help out the fellow American. And the American continues to dominate this match.
I'll tell you, I don't know how he survived that onslaught of all those knees, but he did. And I'm talking about Igor Vovchanchin. Man, what a tough person. As he comes back now.
Yeah, starting to make some nice punches of his own. Now trying to slip out of it. Able to slip up on the fence. This is what he looks for. He looks for an opportunity. I don't know if he can do it against this animal, though. What's so amazing, too, about Igor Vovchanchin is he is such a gentleman. One of the nicest men I've ever met. Very calm, very unassuming, very cool, very friendly to all the fighters. And then to see this type of display in the ring, it's just truly phenomenal.
Nutter working over the ribs with short right hands, and back comes Vovchanchin with some heavy blows to the back of the head of Nutter.
Yeah, Vovchanchin's starting to come alive a little bit here with some punches of his own. They're not just being unanswered like they were early on in the fight. He's starting to throw some punches of his own.
Where has he gotten the energy, Greg Friedman?
He's just getting his 15th wind, I think.
Man.
It's unbelievable. Trying to hold Nutter now. He'll try and slip up and get back on his feet. He wants to sit up. This is a better position for him. He's not susceptible to those knees.
A crowd coming alive again.
Look at the face of Igor Vovchanchin. It's like the blood is already poured out of his face, that there's no more blood. He is so drained from every bit of his body that I don't think there's any blood. But look at the knots on his face. But just will not give up.
Man, this is just a brutal war. Then, you know, it's interesting, right behind him, Alexei Semenov, the man that he's got a cast on his left hand. He did break that hand, you're right, a wrist. but he's there cheering on and trying to help his fellow Russian after he just did battle with him for 35 minutes. There's a little national pride involved here, Greg.
Oh yeah, this has really become a competition not only amongst individuals but of countries. As we said earlier, the Brazilians dominated, then it's been the Americans. The Russians are really making a very strong statement that they have the toughest fighters in the world today. Japan also had some very tough fighters. They kind of have been pushed aside, not having the big, strong guys. As far as skill level, though, they're right up there. The tour will continue to Japan, and then back to Russia, and to the Netherlands. And then, of course, the hometown of No Holds Barred, Brazil.
The home nation, huh? The whole nation has taken a love to that. A Brazilian No Holds Barred fighter is a superstar in that nation. You know, and I both walked the streets down there, and the Americans that go down there are very popular down there. I'm amazed at the recognition down there. If you saw Nick Nutter walk down the street in Los Angeles, people would say, oh, there's a big guy. He walks down the street in Brazil, hey, that's Nick Nutter.
Yep, no, they really do know their fighters. It's kind of like us with our basketball or our football. Jiu-jitsu is really their sport. They've got also some great kickboxers, but Jiu-jitsu is the fame that comes out of Brazil.
Now I'm wondering how Nick Nutter, you know, he's got to be getting tired also. I mean, it hasn't been a cakewalk for him. From the plane trip to the illness to a tough match with Joe Charles. But Semina, I mean, Igor Vovchanchin, man, he's been he's been through a couple of wars already, and he's involved in another one.
He's trying to headbutt from his back. The guy is really, really something.
Yeah, I just don't know where he has found that energy.
Yeah, and I don't know how much longer he can stay in there. I really don't. Nutter's got to be getting frustrated himself. He's really dished out everything that he can do. He's punched, kicked, kneed. He's done everything that he could against this guy in that corner pretty much the whole fight, and it's starting to show. He's not as aggressive as he was earlier. Now he's throwing some right hands. Vovchanchin up and over, finding a way to punch over the side of the head of his opponent onto the ear.
Oh, great headbutt from down below, and you're right, how does he do it? I thought he was tapping, he was punching.
Yeah, he's always punching, this guy. He just somehow finds a new way to do something, and his hands are like stone.
Oh, man.
If you take a look at him, he's got these huge rock hands that he just hits walls with them. They say he trains and punches the walls. His fist, they call him the fist of stone, or the fist of steel, excuse me.
Yeah, I think Roberto Duran was the hands of stone.
Yep. Fist of steel, Igor Vovchanchin.
He also has a jaw of steel, ladies and gentlemen, after taking some headbutts. And you look at the bridge of his nose, Greg, and it's very swollen. Obviously, he's taking a battering there too, but he's still alive, and there he takes another headbutt.
Yeah, I really don't know how much longer he can take all this. I really don't. Nick Nutter, a superb athlete, expected to go to the Olympics as a freestyle wrestler, very well trained.
Boy, this crowd chanting, Igor, Igor. I mean, a very pro Igor crowd here.
And they got to be impressed by what he's done here. I mean, the guy just came through an unbelievable war and is right back in there giving it all he's got and taking such a beating. Sometimes you kind of got to wonder, is this healthy, or is it, obviously it's not healthy, is this smart for him to continue on like this, possibly suffering some long-term damage?
That's his previous opponent.